This is about a stock that I've talked about more than once on this channel. And recently, the stock has been on a tear, and I want to tell you why. So if you're interested to know what that stock is, you sit right there. Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad that you've taken some time out of your day to spend on this video. I've got a stock that's out there that's really rocking and rolling, and many of you might already be on board with it already. So before we get started though, if you're new and this is your first time to this channel, I'm going to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We've been growing by leaps and bounds to the point that we now have a second streaming channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Folks, the more likes you put on this, the more the YouTube world will share this video out with other people who could be missing out on the stock as well. And last but not least, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when new video content like this comes out. And I want to hear from you. If you like the content, type it in the comments. Tell me how you feel about these stocks that we talk about. And if there's stocks that you're looking for me to take a look at as well, type them in the comments. All right, let's get hot and heavy. The stock that we're going to look at today is going to be Senseonics. Now, I have a personal affinity to it because I happen to be a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic. Senseonics has created an implantable device that you can use to monitor your blood glucose. Instead of having to prick your fingers a lot of times a day, and that's what I have to go through, but now they've already got the approval for a 90-day implantable. They're working on a 180-day implantable, which is already used in the UK, but not here yet. So they're getting close to that. And then after that, they're going to work on an implantable that you can have under your skin for a year at a time. Now, even with these devices that will be implanted under your skin that you will just check your blood glucose with, even with those, you do have to prick your fingers every so often to calibrate the device, but not nearly as much as you have to without the device. Now, the reason why I start off with this story is because I've had a lot of questions. How good is Senseonics compared to, as you see here, Tandem or Dexcom? All right. And so I want you guys to do your homework on it. But as I look at this story, somebody else was thinking the same thing. So they put out a story about Senseonics versus Tandem, which diabetes stock is better. Now, the thing is that they give Senseonics a positive spin on it. They give a lot of information. And this story just came out a couple of days ago, actually yesterday. Story just came out yesterday. I read through it. They gave some statistics about how many doses, how much they put out and how much they've made. I invite you to go look at the story. It is on a website called Stock News. But I want to get to the end of it, and the end of it says that Senseonics overall is the better play. All right. So there are people out there who are comparing the stock to other companies within its space. Now, here's something else. Is this a Reddit move? Now, it's interesting that as you watch stocks move nowadays, all of them a lot of times are on that whole Reddit, that movement of going against the hedge funds. You see that over and over and over. And right now, Senseonics could be caught up in that a little bit. This story was also put out yesterday. Senseonics shorts get squeezed again and option traders bet big. So as I look at that, am I on board with that? No, I'm not nearly on board with that as a squeeze, just quite yet, because for me, this is an innovation company. All right, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Another story. Senseonics price over 22%. This was yesterday as well. The increase in talked about being explained. The stock price of Senseonics increased by 22% during the intraday trading. There's no recent company-specific news, so it appears there are external factors at play. Aha! No new news? Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, and I went to their page on the Senseonics website. All right, Senseonics talks about Eversense. If you want to learn more about Senseonics, go to Senseonics.com. This gives you more insight as to the innovation that they're going into for the type 2 diabetics such as myself. For the purposes of transparency, I do own Senseonics, just to let you know, I'm up 93% on the trade. All right. Am I trying to pump you into it? Not at all. I will never push you in either direction on any of these stocks. What I do want to present to you is the studying that I've done, the fact checking that I've done, the work that I've put into bringing these videos to you. That's what I want to get across to you. So I went out to investor relations and I went to news releases. Now, today is the 11th. I've got a story here. This is from their website on 6/3 of 2021, eight calendar days ago. Senseonics announces results of the PROMISE study demonstrating strong accuracy of the 180-day glucose monitor. All right. That's big. All right. So to say that there's no outside stories or outside news that is pushing this stock, I wanted to go straight to the well to see if that was the case. Now, again, this was done 11 calendar days ago, but this is a study that they're going through. Overall mean absolute difference, all of this stuff in regards to all of the technology stuff behind it, which I don't all understand, except for I know that it's good news for the stock. And I think that that has pushed the stock up higher. All right, let's go out to the software. All right. So for me, I've told you from the beginning that this is more of a speculative play. If I look at it in the VectorVest system, the fundamentals behind the stock are not there. The stock is clearly over its value. It's trading at 383 with a value of 25 cents. Upside potential on the stock based on a scale between 0 and 2 is not there. The indicator of risk on that scale of 0 to 2, looking at relative safety, is not there. The stock is a risky trade that doesn't have good upside potential. What is helping it, though, relative timing shows me that the stock is definitely in a big uptrend. All right. It's a hold recommendation, negative earnings, but look at this. They've got an earnings growth rate of 19%, which means that that negative earnings will get better and better and better, hopefully, until it gets to the positive. So why do I like this stock? It's the innovation of this implantable device so that you can check your blood sugar without having to poke your fingers. That's huge because diabetes is a big thing in the United States. There's a lot of people who've been diagnosed with diabetes. A lot of people like myself have to check our blood sugar. Not only that, have to inject ourselves with insulin as well. It's an issue. It's a big issue, and there are companies out there that are going after that space to help to alleviate a lot of the things that go along with diabetes. But this is the only one that I know of, unless somebody can tell me different, that's got an implantable device to check your blood sugar. All right, let's go right-click. I'm going to view the stock graph. All right, let's go look at this stock over the last 3 months. You know I like 3-month views because always earnings is in play. Let's go see if I can put earnings up here on my screen. All right, here was the last earnings call. Since the last earnings call on 5/13, what's the stock's price done? It leveled out. It consolidated for a while and now moving up. How about the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average? Went up. They both crossed. The 3 and the 8 crossed here, but they also crossed after earnings right here on 5/17. Very quickly came down, found a level of support, now back above, and even on this sideways move here, look at that move. So I attribute this to a couple of things. One, could it be a Reddit move? I'm not 100% on board with that. I don't know what the short float is on it, but I like the information that they put out on 6/3. Where's 6/3? There's 6/4. There it is. Here's the story that came out about the results of the ongoing test was on 6/3. Let me take me off for a second. This is where the story came out on 6/3 as a press release. That's when the stock's price started moving. So I don't know if I'm on board that it's a Reddit move and it's the shorts, and I haven't done any homework on that. But this is when the story came out on 6/3. This, I think, is the reaction from the story of what's going on with the current study with the 180-day model at this time. So that's where I'm looking. That's how I feel. Let's go back and finish this out. Again, this is more of a speculative play by way of the fundamentals. The stock is overvalued. It doesn't have good upside potential. It doesn't have good safety, but it is an innovation play for me. It is definitely an innovation play. In the comments, tell me how many of you have been following the stock since we've talked about it on YouTube. And if you are you making money? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Since the last time I did the story, the stock's price has fallen. I'm not gonna even lie. It's been a lot of hurt, but I had faith in the technology and the innovation. That's why I held it. And many of you might have gotten out of it earlier saying this stock is not doing what I wanted to do. And I totally understand that. There is no right or wrong answer. All right, there really is no right or wrong answer. And if you're asking me now if it's okay to get into it, if you're going to buy into it based on that information on the news about what it's going through, I would buy on an up day. Let the stock come to you. Don't chase it. Don't chase it. All right, so soon, as we get more and more information, I'll do another video on this. And I am looking to do another video on another speculative play in this space called Tonex Pharmaceuticals, TNXP. If you haven't watched any of those videos yet, you're going to be, I'm up about 13% on that stock as well. Check out the videos on our YouTube channel. I've done a few videos on those as well. All right, with that, folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.